Welcome to another real-time strategy top 10 list. Firstly, thank you for making it this far and clicking on this video over all the others on your feed. I greatly appreciate it. But whilst you are here, I am currently celebrating reaching 10,000 subscribers, which is just incredible. So thank you for sticking around and enjoying my stuff. To thank you all, I am doing another giveaway. Because this week is Karl Franz week, I'm giving away a full Warhammer Karl Franz on Deathclaw model, professionally painted by myself as a painter of about 15 years now, to one lucky viewer. To win this amazing one-of-a-kind gift, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave a comment down below about who your least favourite unit in the game is. Click the competition video link below in the description for more information and details about this giveaway. I have done something similar for my 5,000 subscriber milestone, and a very special viewer in Brooklyn won a hand-painted Greek headtaker model. I post all over the world, so no reason not to enter the competition. So give it a shot. What do you have to lose? In this top 10 list, I'll be listing my top 10 worst units in Total War Warhammer 2. This list isn't based on statistics, that's a hard word to say, or the meta. This is purely based on my personal preference and my opinion, and what I dislike the most either by looking at it or playing with it. Many of you will disagree, and that is absolutely fine, so please share your list below, and remember that it's my opinion, so it shouldn't offend yours. You can find a top 10 worst units video based on statistics in the playlist on my channel. If you enjoy this video, remember to subscribe for more and check out my top 10 videos in the description below, and I hope you enter the competition. It's a very special model. Thank you for watching, and let's get down to business. Number 10. Grail Knights. So my list starts off with a slightly controversial one, which many I am sure will disagree. I love the majority of the Bretonnian units and models, but the one thing I hate about the Grail Knights is that odd and silly looking fire animation placed on their lances. It looks absurd to me when a large mass of Bretonnian Grail Knights charge into enemy formations. All you can see are straight lines of fire moving back and forth as they jab their lances into some unfortunate gobbo's face. Pegasus Knights also have this affliction, but I enjoy them more simply because they are on a Pegasus. Grail Knights, however, look silly. I just don't like the look of them, and I don't think it looks good. I get that their lances are imbued with the purifying fire of the Lady, but I would be much happier this being more metaphorical than each Grail Knight suddenly becoming Azor Ahai. Number 9. Chaos Chariots. Oh boy, what a pest. I personally like well-formed lines and defences for my missile units and artillery, which is why one of my favourite factions are the Dwarves. But when I see the enemy has Chaos Chariots when the North inevitably invades the South, I shed a single tear for my perfect formations and strategy. When the Varg, Scaling or Norskins invade the South, they seem to have an abundance of these pesky chariots, with the sole intention to just cycle charge you over and over, causing massive disruption to your formations, units and health. However, when you use them yourself, they seem like the most useless unit ever, made out of paper and cardboard. Unfortunately, us humans don't have the processing power that the AI does, so we cannot control 8 chariot units cycle charging the enemy lines at once and still remembering the rest of the army. I hate fighting this unit, so much so that when I see them I ensure that I focus fire everything I have to rid myself of their peskiness quickly. Number 8. Pistoliers. Another annoying unit. I feel they are always more effective when the AI use them than when I do. Short range unit with low damage who tend to manage to get stuck running away from charging units. I just bypass these guys and wait for outriders. Their armor piercing stat is barely even worth noting them as armor piercing. I think it's something like 3. They look like they are shooting water pistols, and most of the time it feels that way. They never work out for me personally, so I just don't bother, and I don't feel they are worth the upkeep cost. Wait until Outriders, or just get some free company militia. At least they are average with a sword. Number 7. Zombies. A great tar pit unit that can take a while to get rid of if supported by corpse carts, slow, but a really annoying meat shield. So why are these on my list? Well, they just look lazy. Without mods, the basic unit of zombies is the same model with slightly different decaying and limping animations or colours. The unit should be an incredible mix of peasants, soldiers, half-decayed, freshly risen corpses. Each model should look different from the one in front and behind it. I just feel that the variety is missing, and it really stands out on the battlefield. This is only number 7 because there are mods that fix this issue, but without them, I really do not enjoy the unit. I'm a bit of a stickler for detail. Many of you may be different. Number 6. Harpies. What a useless unit. These come from a tier 3 building. Tier 3! And they just melt away from anything. I have recently completed another Dark Elf campaign, and I can honestly say that this unit is only useful for chasing already routing units off of the battlefield, or for simply being a harassment meat shield, or annoying siege weapons, which even the siege crew would beat them in a fight. They are on this list because they are just rubbish at anything you want them to do, and only number 6 because they do have some ability to tie up something for a little while. Number 5. Carrion. These just look ugly, and I don't mean that I think they are meant to look pretty. No, the models on these things just look janky and rough. Something about the shadows and the lighting engine CA used for this game just doesn't agree with the Carrion. When they take off, they just look a bit janky. The anti-aliasing on their wings just looks off. This one can be improved on, I'm sure, but right now I don't like taking the units just because of how they look on the battlefield. I also feel like they're a bit too big compared to their tabletop versions, but that's a minor complaint compared to the main issue. But saying that, I still just don't like these units. Number 4. Dwarf Bolt Thrower. I feel that this unit is completely overshadowed by its contemporaries. I never use it. It's one of the first siege engines you can get as the dwarves, but it's an anti-large weapon in the early game where there won't really be any real large monster threats, especially not to the dwarves. It's too inaccurate to hit anything important like an enemy lord reliably, and if you wanted to use it against a unit of boar boys, you may as well go for the grudge thrower instead to get the spread. The only early chance you will get to use this in the campaign is against, say, Wurzag's Starting Giant or Skarsnik's Arachnarok. This unit is only really useful late game, where there are much more large beasties to fight, but then why not just get a cannon, which does the same job, only better? I just feel it's a bit pointless to me, which is why I never use it, and why it's at my number 4. It may be great in multiplayer, but I still think it's overshadowed and outgunned by all the other siege units the dwarves can field. Number 3. Summoned Clanrats. The main reason this is on my list is because of the degradation to the unit over time. I can forgive zombies or skeletons because they are already dead. They can crumble, and the magic binding them to this world could fail, so it's more thematically plausible that they can just degrade over time. But Clanrats? How can Clanrats just start all dying at the same time? It makes no sense. They should be treated like a normal unit of Clanrats. They shouldn't just suddenly disappear over a time. This is the main reason why these are on my list, and are one of my least favourite units in the game, simply because of a mechanic CA put in that makes no realistic sense. Yes, there are mods for this, and I know because I use it all the time, but it should be vanilla, and I've never found it to be too OP if they are everlasting. Number 2. Marauder Horsemen. I hate them. I hate them so much. Mostly just because they are annoying. They look a little funny model-wise, these big hulking brutes on top of these average-sized horses. They make them look more like ponies than horses. But these are number 2 on my list, more for the fact that they are just annoying to deal with, spammed at you constantly by the Norscan AI, and that they aren't even that good. They do damage over time, but they don't normally last long enough to do any real lasting effect on the battlefield. They are the mosquito of Total War Warhammer. I just want to squish them and make them disappear forever. Number 1. Necropolis Knights. Now this will be an unpopular opinion, and I can already hear some angry typings on some keyboards, but I just don't like this unit or model. I don't feel they are as effective as they can be, and I really think they just look goofy. I never liked their design, even when they first came out as a miniature. I much preferred their alternative sepulchral stalkers. I think it's the skull face. If they had a closer face to a cobra, it would look less like an over-the-top high schooler designed it for the rule of cool. The thing that annoys me the most is that, how do the riders even stay on? When the mount jolts forward when attacking, there could be no way that the skeleton stays on top with no harness or saddle. Yes, I think this deeply into the game. All they are doing is holding onto the reins. It just doesn't look right. To me, they just aren't intimidating, not like the Sphinx or Scorpion. They just look silly, which is why it's my least favourite unit in the game. And that's my list. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope your opinions didn't get affected too much. Remember to check out my competition, check out my other top 10 lists in the description, and to subscribe for more weekly content. Let me know your personal lists down in the comments section. I hope you enjoyed, and I will hopefully see you next time.